a bit of a rough start here, but all right. So, goals and objectives. Like I say, this is, well, of course, this is Gamer 1745 here for Slithering TV, and we are playing Decisive Campaigns Ardennes Offensive, the game. Currently on sale, so if you're interested in it, I always like to promote up sales. Right. Our goal is to defend right now from the American counterattack. They would love to get to here and be victorious. But this is basically at the end of the last turn we are playing, and I just sort of want to show off the positions here so you get what's going on. I gotta say, you know, I'm old. I don't know that I'm technically the oldest streamer here on Slithering TV. I don't mean anywhere, but I mean here on Slithering TV. One of the older ones. And I remember playing games like this with a, table, on the tabletop with a hex board and counters, and maybe you could flip the counter over for like disrupted unit or something like that. But this is taking that spirit of that game, of that type of a game, and really doing something great in that this particular counter represents all of these different weapons. A pack 38 there, 50 millimeter gun, 220 millimeter mortars, 3 Panzer Screcs, So I really love that kind of thing. I was there, 53 here. Yep, I'm about that age. Hello. Yep, and yep. How you doing? And Beam Slam is here. Good to have you here, my friend. So, and there's a lot of detail, and I would quite honestly, for knowing the details of the rules, I'm just an average player. I'm not the expert. Oh, yes, Avalon Hill. My favorite, there was, Panzer Leader was one of my favorites, but Third Reich, Rise and Fall of the Third Reich and various versions of those games, absolutely, love those. Go back to all of that stuff. So here, and like I say, I'm just about average when it comes to knowing all the rules and whatnot of playing this game. I'm sure like if devs or whoever could know a lot better, but we have the fog of war on, and this is what we can see here, and it's based partially, we're overcast, morning temperature. No, this is political points, but so and this is it's not just a sampling. Obviously, we're clicking on several hexes here, and they're the same. But back here, it's giving us what more or less this hex terrain, in that it has a few buildings. It's sort of open, and as we can see, there's all kinds of modifiers. So. Yes, Tony Firstgen, absolutely. Oldie here too. Yeah, okay. So some of you guys are getting, up at my age, or slightly older or slightly younger, because I'm in that field. So, taking all this into account of what we can see, elevation rises, if it's foggy, rain, night, the amount of trees or other, bushes or other things. I love that about this game. So it is still a turn-based game, still sort of a hex-based game, and that isn't bad. It's, I would say very good. Now, there's also very good things like the Bloody First, Close Combat, the Bloody First game, that is, real-time, squad-based, very realistic, very good games too. It's not one is inherently better than another when we're talking about a war game, because turns, real time, simultaneous, there a lot of good stuff with that, but there's still a lot of good stuff with playing out the battle and the wars with that. So this game, if you're interested in these, and I really hope not just all of us old guys will play these, I really sort of hope that the current generations and generations to come will also find these games of value and interest. But yeah, so we have here, and 21 Panzer 4s, the L48s. These, I think that would probably be the H model. And a flat gun. basically, and some notch trooping, which are just sort of guys that are riding around to supply them with that. And another infantry unit here. And then, okay, that was the first infantry unit. And then the Panzer Grenadier unit with 17 half tracks, 2 grills, the 150 millimeter infantry guns mounted on that, another, Pak 38, 3 Panzer Scracks, some mortars. So that's what's holding this little village here. And just to give you, I'm not going to run through this on all the games, but just to give you the idea of what this is going. Not really to, you're definitely older than me. You're taking the lead for sure. I'm not that many decades old yet. But I do have on my YouTube channel, which I will post links later, tutorials on like what these counters mean. All the little symbols on the counters, so that you can read, fuel, supplies, various strengths and whatnot. So you can read the counters. A couple other tutorials on this game here, just to understand like what the counters mean. And so we've got this over here: 18 Panthers, 9 Flak 88s. And 11. What the counter shows is what it considers the dominant weapon or type of thing the counter that's in it. 11 20 millimeters or 9 Flak 88s. I think that would probably be the more battlefield dominant, but see, that's definitely a unit there that we have. Then over here we've got 5 Panzerjäger, 4 L70s, the A's, the Alkets, and some infantry, backing them up, some other field infantry in the HQ back here. Over here we got another Panzer Grenadier unit and infantry, more Panzer Grenadiers, some Panthers. And so again, I hope this is of interest. This stream is uncrossable, or unfordable, I should say, unless you have a bridging unit or a bridging card. Here, like there's this is repair a bridge, new bridge here. So now this is 20 political powers. And sort of I'll criticize the game that I'm playing. Old gamers don't get old; they just fade away. Yes. Command points, political points, resource points. And so I get the idea of the cards, in that somewhere in the rear area there is a pontoon bridge, and all the vehicles and whatnot to support it. What commander gets it, kind of thing? Do I get it? Does somebody else get it? It's, bring it up here. Similarly with, 5,000 extra supply, which is 64 points, and we only have 28, so no way can we get that much supply. But we could get 10,000 fuel. So that's what these numbers up in the top mean here. So we could get some of this stuff here, and this is overall, and then it's reduced because of the weather for airdrop or reconnaissance or whatever. So this is sort of like higher authorities options that we can get on the telephone and whatnot and try to order up. Down here, if you click on for officers, this is not the hex or the unit in the hex commander. This would be this guy here, the HQ guy for all of these units. And then this is sort of what his actions he could take to help out this turn. And these also right here under there is his personal command points. I guess I use the term command points there. And this, attack takes 12, so half of his current total. So, recon is just 2, so you can pick your kind of things. Hello, is there armor penetration mechanics, or can a 76 millimeter? Quite honestly, I don't. There is a lot of detail to this. And like I was saying, hello, Dagestan Pound, how you doing? I don't have a solid answer for it, for just how that works. I don't have like a specific answer, but so far combat, and I played quite a bit, seems rather realistic. It is based upon these units here in this hex, and you'll see how the combat works in just a moment. So like I was saying, so quick rundown. We got to end this turn here because I've already done everything. This is at end of turn. So we have flak 88s here with some things. I'll show you how this works in just a moment, and then an infantry unit also there. Now, so this stream here is fordable, but at least in places, I don't know, that may be a bit too thick. But it does definitely, and here is also, you got to cross at a bridge or whatnot. So you can see some of these rivers here, and we're holding there. So this gives you an idea of what we're holding. So if I didn't have a unit here, if they have a bridging card, equivalent of a new bridge, they could throw one across and then come across here. It's why I have this infantry unit sitting over here. Now, the one bridge that is up here, I have 2 infantry units here and some, basically, these are infantry Geschütz, light infantry guns, not howitzers, light 75s, and 120 millimeter mortars as artillery support for here. Hey, Plastic Gangster. So the scenario in the, can't remember, Decisive Campaigns. Yeah, this is, the Ardennes game, and we're just playing one scenario out of it. I've not played the full, grand campaign of it. Yeah, Battle of the Bulge, absolutely. This is the Americans' attempt to break through, and we're is it Kruger? No, it's von Lutwitz is the I went on Wikipedia and looked these generals up before, but von Lutwitz is the general that sent in the request to see if the Bastogne garrison would surrender, and got the reply back, nuts. So that's the, just sort of to give a bit of frame of who he is. And so this is like, a relief attempt. Okay, so let's give them their turn for all that talks. So they're doing an airstrike there. Another airstrike on us. I don't think you're getting the game audio. I may. Okay, so you can see the units are moving. These are opportunity fires by our units as they move around. Okay, so that's their turn, and you didn't get to see as much as. Okay, and we can see Axis has 90% or 90 victory points occupied on the map. We've done enough casualties, this gives us an extra victory point for 91. We need 100 for a major victory, 80 for a minor victory. So I'm just pushing for a minor victory here with this whole thing. Now let me come in here. I want to check something here. Okay, seems. So now, we're going to stay on the defensive here, mostly. What I'm going to do here is, okay, well, we're in inspect. We want to come over to move down here. And we're going to shoot these 1,305 millimeter howitzers right at that X. No return fire expected. And you can see for the artillery bombardment, the vehicles that are here, they are our side, theirs. This is the casualties they held. And hello, Group Pill. Nuts was pretty badass. Absolutely. You lost the game sound. Yeah, I don't. Let me again go into the settings. You're still hearing me, aren't you? I hope. hope, yeah, I see that on my settings here. I have the audio turned off so I don't get feedback from that. So, okay, so now our wasps and Hummels, so 150 millimeter howitzers, 105. We're gonna also put those here. No return fire expected. Yeah, you're not getting the game sound. I can see that here. But we did a little bit of damage. Okay, let me fiddle with the settings again. Let's go back to that. Okay, we'll try that again. Now, like I say, I'm going to generally be on the defensive here, but what we're going to try to do here is, because we pounded this unit a bit, we can see the odds, calculating the odds. Okay, 6-1. We're going to put fire on this unit here. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, okay, now you're getting the audio. Okay, so we can see this action. The reds are casualties. Reds are their casualties. They've held. So we've knocked out some half tracks, some 2 mortars, 3 squads of infantry. We did lose, it looks like a Panzer Scrag and a little bit. So we've lost a little bit here, but that is an attack. Okay, great. Good to hear. I have this Blitzkrieg from Warsaw to Paris, and Case Blue. Didn't they have an Ardennes campaign as a bonus? One of their, I don't know, Plastic Gangster. Quite honestly, this is my introduction to Decisive Campaigns as a series. I have not played the earlier ones. There's just so much out there, and quite honestly, if I'm not going to necessarily play a game a lot, is it worth me paying the money? Because Slytherin games do cost a bit. Now, there's a lot of work put into them, so I understand the cost. It's not a complaint. Now, maybe I should have fired this battery at this unit before the attack, but we didn't, so I'm not. So I'm going to fire over here at this guy. No return fire expected. We could try to add in like mortars or something from some of the other units, but it'll take up their action points, and I don't really need to. I'll also take up their ammunition. So we pounded them, did some damage. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a separate. Though this is a separate game compared to the other earlier. This is an advancement on the earlier games. I'm moving these guys in here because I'm a little afraid. I don't want to overstack, so I'm a little afraid of a breakthrough here in the center. So we're gonna move them up here. Fuel, we're doing okay. Replacements, we could, but I don't know if we really need those. And air support, I should say. Depots, yeah, I don't. So this is, if we can hold here, if we can hold what we have now, obviously we're getting a minor victory. And I'm first time playing the scenario. Not the first time I played the game, but this scenario. So I'm reasonably satisfied with that. Yeah, I'm not going to waste the supply to just shoot. Hey, Pixel. Thanks for the added information, because like I say, like as Pixel's pointing out, it's similar, but I have not played the earlier to really compare them and how they are different. Okay, so let's give them a term. I just don't know if they're going to be able to break through. Okay, airstrikes coming in. We're doing some opportunity fire on them as they're being spotted moving out into the open. And since this objective is, in essence, a defensive objective, I don't feel the need to bang my head against the wall, even to some degree if it's done profitably, meaning kill ratios. Still at 91, good. Now I do, if we have enough time, because I will be playing this, whether it's continuing this or playing a new scenario again on Friday. I have another one that looks good to try out there. Okay, so they've withdrawn the unit from here. They've stacked it up over here. I at least want to see about. Now there's a. Let's see, what can we see here? Okay, so 8 half-tracks with 50 caliber machine guns as AA guns, but those are murderous on infantry. A lot of GI veterans, more GI veterans. Okay, so we've got a lot of soft targets right there. So one thing I am not sure of, which is better, whether to fire these 2 units separately. Yeah, because we're just talking, you know, the wasps and the artillery, or fire them together. And we're not. We could coordinate this fire with a ground attack, but I'm not intending a ground attack. I sort of kind of want to do the artillery firing first, and then attack, but I don't know what's the best. Okay, so a bunch of artillery, a little bit of pounding. These guys for this other unit are going to fire no light guns and mortars. Probably not nearly as effective. Oh, I want to move you up to. Now over here. Well, hold it. Let's see what we have, because we got those tanks. Okay, 5 Panzerschrecks. 5 Panzerschrecks and mortars. So we got Panzerschrecks and mortars. Over here, we just got mortars and infantry guns. So we don't have any really good anti-tank. So we're going to drop artillery on that unit. Just. Oh, wow. Okay, we've taken out 2 tanks. Not exactly sure from this to this. Okay. Standard M475, M4 with the 76mm guns they have in there. Some Stuarts. Looks like a couple of jumbos. Maybe we got a jumbo because of the white there. I think that's a jumbo, and that I think is a 105 support tank. So we got 2 tanks out with that attack. Now these lighter weapons, we have a lot less range. Part of what we're relying upon to defend is anti-tank guns. So I'm going to fire these, try to reduce those down. Okay. Hello from Stockholm. How you doing? I'm guessing you're from Stockholm. Bundle that has all the DC games is on sale at Slytherin site. Yes. Okay. Thanks again, Pixel. Yeah, okay, there is, I guess, a bundle for the earlier Decisive Campaigns sale. I did notice that. Oh, it helps Slytherin out best if you, or Matrix. This is, of course, this is home of the Wargamers Matrix Week special. Matrix games. I love Matrix games. You can buy them on their sites, or you can buy this on, like I say, right now this is on sale, I know, on Steam, but I'm guessing also on the Matrix site, and as well as the bundle if you want the if you want to get it. Yeah, I'm here obviously as a Slytherin's channel. I'm not trying to sell you on this game. I'm trying to present the game to you to see if it's something that you would be interested in, and then if it is interesting, you of course can purchase it. But I like to shout out sales. Well, we're in good supply, and see if we do this. No return fire. Now it's not going to be the whole unit. It's not going to be the Panzer Grenadiers attacking, I believe. It's not going to be the Panzerschrecks attacking whatever's in this hex. It's just going to be the elements that can reach out, which would be these 150 millimeter infantry Geschütz. The Schwer infantry Geschütz are heavy, and the 120 millimeter mortar. So it'll be, compared to some of the other barrages we've dumped on that hex already, it'll be pretty light. Okay, so it's only currently, because it shows what does engage, so it's only those 3 guns, so no real effect. So, you know, the downside is we use up a little bit of supply. It uses up the action points, so it couldn't, you know, because some of these other units could move if we wanted to move them. But I'm happy with its position right here. So, yeah. This unit here, we've got, let's see, what, yeah, 105, jumbo, like I was expecting, a couple of Stuarts. I'm not going to attack because I really don't have much in the way of artillery down here. And so far on the defensive, we've been holding okay. Hey, Exurgent, my friend. Exurgent's a cool guy. Twitch is getting like YouTube ads all over. Yes, there's ads. Yes. You always pay for things one way or another, either with your attention or your money or something. So yeah, all right. So now that we've done our turn again, and we're just not holding it. Right. They're coming with their air attacks. Putting artillery on us. No, there is no audio for this specific part. It's just the game. Okay, they're moving up in the open. We're hitting them. We're hitting them. Not exactly sure what with. Just it's opportunity fire from these units, line of sight coming in. They get shot at. Looks like they're getting ready to push here, maybe. Okay. Okay, so we're going to, you know, round 18 here, and that was, or this is round 12. Okay, so there every day are 3 rounds or whatever, three turns or however you want to talk about it. And I agree with this in that 3 of them are daylight and 1 is night. Trying to do anything at night, it's not even any idea along sleeping or tiredness. It's just the confusion of night. Things move that much slower. So a 3-to-1 I entirely agree with, and that affects what's going on. We can see Axis losses here, Allied losses. So and for the total game. Okay, so we're now in a night turn. We don't see a whole lot. We can see the supplies getting down to yellow. I'm not going to shoot at night. I don't know that it's going to be overly helpful for us. Green down here is good supply. Yellow is getting a bit low, and we're not, because notice it's the artillery pieces because we've been shooting them. It is not so much, you know, because you can get a lack of supply because you're cut off, but this is just lack of supply generally. So because I do know we do have, and we could do a replacement card or whatever, but I think I want to do extra 5,000 supply because we have 73 political points. So that will won't it let me play? Oh, I'm over here. Yes, I was looking here, but it was over here. Play card. Okay, so up here, turn this off. Up here, I believe is where the supply came in, or yeah, I think it's up there, but it's on the map, so that we're getting supply coming in. That will help us out. Where would the hammer blow fall? Here? Okay. at the cards they can play here. Like entrenchment here. These are mostly, they have this not trooping, but this is really Warpack 40s and 37mm anti-aircraft guns. Yeah, that they've been hit fairly hard. So, I think what I'm going to do here is, let's see, officer. He has a hold card. Yeah, we'll play the card, and I'm going to, yes, select this unit here. I don't know. We'll now defend for 1 round. Maybe I should have played it in the morning. I don't know. But I saw this movement here, and I don't know if they're planning on attacking. I wish I had an entrenchment card. And you can also notice the amount of movement we have here. Okay, these guys, which have been our reserve, let's at least get them up to here. We'll do a night movement with them. Hello, Sly Sesson. How you doing? And I'll find a cup of coffee while the night lasts. Exactly. Hello, Mekgato. You not see that. So, yes, we're the. Oh, yeah, I didn't read it. Yeah. So, yeah, we're playing the Germans. So, we're defending. All right, I think that's going to be it for tonight's movement or attacks. I don't need to. Maybe they're going to come at that hex. I don't know. They're artillerying down here. And it looks like they're attacking me. Okay. They push down there at night. Or shooting at that hex. Probably artillerying it. Okay. It's morning, overcast, well above 0, so it's not. We're still at 91 victory points. All right. Okay, well, we made it through the night. Ah, the bridge is blown here now. How interesting. Okay, good. That bridge is down. Again, they could throw a, if they have a bridging card, which I'm guessing they probably do. I don't know. How do these look? Okay. It's still the 21 Panzer IVs, so that's holding pretty good. I'm going to concentrate again on, well, got those guys there. M18s, M10, tank destroyers. Okay. Do some good work with that gun on that unit there. We're going to also fire these mortars and light gun. Yeah, mortars and light guns on it. There. This guy's going to shoot down into here. Okay, now here we're expecting the possibility of some return fire, but it's still whatever they're returning back with, a mortar or something. I don't know. It's 37-1, so we might get return fire. But I'm going to take that risk. Okay, no damage. Mini return fire there. But yeah, I'm just going one fire. Okay, so we're taking out a few half tracks, some squads, a mortar. I'm just seeing, you know, the tank destroyers and a lot of infantry there. Whether they'll move it up and do other attacks, I'm trying to weaken it here. Let's move you into here. Yeah, no firing on that. Now over here, let's yeah, no return. Fire at the tank guns just to cause some casualties, cause some disruption. Now, in looking up generals here today, Walter Kruger, I knew the name, but I knew it as a Waffen SS general. But there's also a Heers or army general by the name of Walter Kruger. And if you were to do it sort of proper German, it would be an umlaut above the U's in both cases. And normally in English, not always, but because obviously here it's not spelled that way, sometimes they would do the similar thing, but with K-R-U-E-G-E-R, just add an E in there to sort of simulate the umlaut. Well, there's spelled that way. There's also Walter Kruger, who was an American general during the World War II. So I just found that sort of interesting of three generals, same names in the war, which, yeah, okay, so I think we've got most of our artillery fired. I just don't see a good enough reason to push on them. I mean, sure, we could go, you know, if I really thought they were collapsing, we go for their supply depot right there in the center, but I'm not. Well, let's look at cards. Okay, we've got the supply coming in. We don't, oh, you should notice the supply has gone up because we've gotten supplies earlier and at different times during the thing. I'm not burning too much fuel. Yeah. Hey, for Oakenshield, good to have you here, my friend. Getting airstrikes on our units. Expect that from the Americans for sure. If the weather's good enough, expect airstrikes. They're attacking us here again. Opportunity fire. Oh, they're trying to surround us there. Now that might be a reason to attack the one to the south of us if it's still there at the end of the turn. Now, it was, sorry, I forget who asked about armor values in this game. And like I say, I don't, and I've been thinking about it since the question was asked, and I don't have a solid answer on it. But you have to realize, you know, the jumbo, wherever they've gone here, is a very, yeah, like here's one down here, is very thick frontal armor for, you know, the Sherman. But the side armor isn't overly thick. And who says that in a scale of combat, excuse me, in the scale of combat that this represents, that you're only going to be shooting at the frontal glacis of the tank or the turret. So armor should be a value of what's going on, but I don't know if it should be a decisive value. You're gonna, you know, entire, you know, everything here. Okay, 1-to-1. We're gonna think about that. That's just what I'm worried about is being cut off here. So we're going to move you up to here. Okay, yeah, that's why I was sort of worried about this. And so they got pinned from fire from here. Wish I had more artillery down here in the south. What is this? Okay, engineers. Lots of bazookas. If I'd moved these guys up at night, that would have been a better thing, I think. Do I weaken my... I don't know what I should do there. Here you can see that with the supply, the artillery is now green again. Fire those anti-tank guns. I'm spreading out and not concentrating my fire, but expecting maybe a little something shot back at us, but no effective losses. No, it's not beam slam. It's not that it's rare. It's just interesting that. Oh, and there's other cases of multiple generals with the same first and last names in World War II. I'm forgetting who. There's like. One. I think there's 3 German generals of. I forget what name it was that have the same first and last names. Well. Really don't want this unit to get behind me, even though they have lots of anti-tank. This is not good odds, but we're still going to attack. This may be... Oh, we lost 5 tanks. Not good. But we damaged them considerably. Well, not a huge amount, but some. So we are bringing them up. I just don't want to weaken my center here. Well, let's see what cards he can bring in. Okay, well. Maybe I can't play it on these guys. We're going to play cards and entrench. Trench that unit more. Okay, we have 12 points, so I'm going to scrape together another unit play card here. And here it is. We're going to move him up like this. South side of that river there. Just if we need to hold back in here maybe or something, I don't know. We have 39 replacements. Yeah, let's play the replacements cards. Okay, so these will be replacements. We'll get a Panther tank, 2 Panzer Skreks, a Jeep captured, and 10 Notch trooping. the replacement should have been delivered to the reachable. Press any key. Okay, so they'll come in as replacement personnel here. Don't know if I should have stayed, if I shouldn't have done that attack. Probably not. I just don't want to be cut off. Should have just withdrawn. But that's the fun of these games. You play, you figure out, play it again. It'll be different the next time you play it. In the idea of the AI will do different things. This afternoon, overcast. Okay, we're now at 92, so we've done enough casualties to them. Okay, well, definitely moving you up to here. See here. Okay. These guys aren't, well, we're going to keep them on the defensive. I really wish I had more artillery down here, and yeah, I think we're going to move these guys down around there. Now here we can see that we have a lot of units in there. Here, okay, we're not really worrying about any of those over there at the moment, so we're gonna also fire this. Only 4 mortars are firing out of that group, okay. And we'll fire this here. Infantry guns and the mortars are firing. Light casualties for them. Okay, so what cards does he have here? He has an entrenchment card which we could play. I don't know how much. Let's do the 30 strength play card. There we go. We're going to entrench them some more. Okay, they're going to be more entrenched. I don't know if I should have entrenched some of the ones in the back. Hey, thanks for following. Here I got the Panthers there, 27 of them. These guys are a bit weaker, but back down here I got some Panzer IVs. I'm doing fairly well in this part. It's this down here is what. Well, it's too late now, guys, because I'm just, should I have fallen back? I think this is a victory hex, but back down to here and sort of run the front line this way. I don't know. Don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. Always second guess yourselves on war games. What you could have done better. Because the games are all about choices. As you can see, we're just seeing what we can see of them, because units will see units that sort of move and disappear, or just become question marks. as they move out of line of sight or other conditions that prevail. Because again, we're just overcast. Sometimes it can be fog. And if this is a night turn, okay. So now we have a night turn. They've withdrawn back to there. They can't come across this river here. So we're going to use the night to attempt to move to here. Okay, good. We're going to think about that. Okay, so he's here. We weakened ourselves as much as anything else with that attack. We're going to let supplies catch up at this night turn. Just check the card situation. 56 political power. I think it's 12 per turn. Don't need a bridge. Don't need, because I'm not using too much in the way of fuel. So I don't really think I need that. I think it's this bar is morale. It's been a while on here. So most of our units are good. I'm just looking at this carry card here. Hold. I don't think they're going to make a night attack, so I'm not going to try to hold. Yeah, we're going to. Well, we can at night. Entrench anybody over from this guy's command? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to attack me much up there. Okay, they're moving up their tanks. Oh, they're attacking here. Well, okay, they're attacking at night. I didn't think they would. Artillery bombardment. Yeah, sure. Oh, well, they're also doing a ground attack. Okay. You can see some of the start and losses down here. I think you can hit pause or slow it down if you want to see the detail. Oh wow, we've won the game already. And that's why I had another scenario ready to go. Okay. Round 17. Okay. So game ended in a minor Axis victory. At the end of the game, yeah, 96 victory points. 3 of those were provided by casualties. We can see all of our losses here. 130 infantry, 120 Panzer Grenadiers, 120 Volksgrenadiers. Hitler liked calling everybody Volksgrenadiers towards the end of the war. The Nazi-Truppen and the Scheissrug, I looked those up. It's been months ago. They're sort of vague terms that were sort of used. I don't know exactly why. They're sort of like not necessarily maybe don't remember exactly how they sort of described the words. Along the lines of support troops, but not like headquarters staff, guys who sit around and type on typewriters, but more like guys that are making sure that all the supplies are being moved or whatnot that are getting into combat, kind of thing. 30 pioneers, and these aren't necessarily individuals. I don't know. These are like factors, points or whatever. 20 Volksgrenadier Stug 44s, 15 half tracks, the 251s, 8, which 6 or so of them was that one attack. Panzer 448s, L48s, 5 Panzer Scracks, 4 Opel Blitzes, 2 81mm mortars, 2 Panthers, 2 the full-size half tracks, 2 Muleiters, a grill, a quad-barreled 20mm half track. So Allied losses: 420 GI veterans, 230 30 engineers, 190 GI green, 160 rear areas. That's what those other guys are sort of like rear area troops or whatever you want to call them. Personnel with rifles, shall we say, but first job is not shooting at the enemy with rifles. First job is something else. But not like working on a weapon. It's, you know, back area kind of stuff. 109 trucks, 38 bazookas, 24 76 millimeter anti-tank guns, 17 M3 half tracks, 50 cals mounted on them, 16 trucks with 50 cals, 8 60 millimeter mortars, 7 57 millimeter anti-tank guns, 6 81 millimeter mortars, 6 40 millimeter anti-aircraft guns, 6 M18s, 5 M4 Shermans with 75 millimeter guns, 5 Greyhound reconnaissance armored cars, 5 Jeeps, 3 M4s with 76 millimeter. These are the anti-tank sort of versions. 2 M4s with 105 millimeter howitzer guns. Those are, you know, anti-infantry. 2 M3 75 millimeter howitzers. These M3 half tracks, I think, or are those sort of the M3 with a little? No, I think they're M3 half tracks. M3s with 50 cal times 4. That's the anti-aircraft ones. 1 Stuart. So that's the losses, and this is the final disposition. So we held the Allies. We dealt them a very, very strong bloody nose. So yeah, okay, now we're going to do another scenario here.